We back. Cook, coke, crack. You heard? Yeah. Let's see who pull up in this shit, man. Let's see who pull up in this motherfucker, man. We back like cook, coke, crack. Back in this bitch. May Almighty has returned. This shit too sticky. May Almighty has returned. May Almighty has returned. May Almighty has returned. I know some of y'all might have thought. You might have thought, bro. That's gonna be good practice to get my editing skills back. We back like cook, crack. You heard? Who that? Who in the building? You heard? It's the word. Bird, bird, bird. Bird is the word.
That your performance comes off better on camera. And this could make a huge difference for connecting with the audience. So it's going to make you feel better when you're editing. You're going to have less mistakes to take out. And you're going to like what you're working on much more when you're not straining and struggling. And also, a lot of you need a quiet environment. You need to build a schedule, system, and structure around when can I film the parts that require audio. Do the audio parts when you're have peace and quiet. Don't wait for peace and quiet to end. That's what God gave us good headphones for. I'll link to some in the description. A lot of you keep waiting for perfect circumstances to make everything or anything at all. You have no business filming the B-roll that's not going to have audio in it when it's quiet. Do that when it's noisy. Do it when it doesn't matter. When it's time to make something that requires your voice and you need voiceover or you need to do it direct to camera, do that when it's quiet or when no one's around and when you have ideal circumstances. Film when you can. Less about filming when you feel like it. Film when you can. That's a big tip. Now, why all this matters is because you still need a acceptable level of quality that provides a good experience for a viewer. When we say make quality content, we're talking about what's the best, most engaging experience for the viewer. That's what quality is. It's the experience we get, okay? I don't want you to prioritize quality. I want you to have a standard and a threshold for quality that is sustainable and consistent and reliable for you to produce without negatively impacting your lifestyle or your health. That's what's going to make all of this work. What you need to do instead of thinking about quality over quantity is think about high value and high volume. When everyone says, oh, every niche in YouTube is saturated, it's really not. It's not saturated with someone who consistently and reliably makes a high volume of content that also is high value for the viewers of that content. And the creators who are growing today, even if they don't hit 1 million subscribers, the creators today, they're growing faster and that are making profitable content are looking at what is high value to my audience, what they give attention, time, energy, and interest to. All right? So if you find a high value niche that you can capitalize on with your own experience and ability to either entertain, educate, solve problems, inspire, you can find something that's in demand, So high value is in demand. High levels of attention are already being given to this, right? So if you find something that's in demand, high value, and then you produce a high volume of that, you go 100 videos deep in a year, 150 videos deep in a year, you become the daily content creator for that niche, then you're going to be successful. One of the best examples of the strategy I'm talking about is Star Wars Theory. Star Wars Theory is one of my personal favorite YouTube channels. Daily videos about, wait for it, Star Wars.
They let me out of YouTube jail, niggas. We're in the building, man.
So there's
Happy New Year in this motherfucker.
Audience whose Star Wars content is high value to. There are people who have generations of their family that have grown up on Star Wars. There are people who've grown up on the Clone Wars, grown up on the original trilogy or the prequel trilogy. Now you have the sequels that no one wants to talk about. So there's all these things. You have the Disney Plus shows now. This is an audience that already has tens of millions of fans around the world, right? Same thing for niches like Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings, Tolkien content, right? These are high value. And the thing is, this is entertainment stuff. So that's high value. There is a high level of audience engagement that exists for this, and we don't have to guess, we know. If somebody then becomes, I'm the daily content creator in that niche, that is a very specific advantage. Meanwhile, somebody who really goes high quality, works their little heart out, and makes a Star Wars fan film will not be as successful as someone who's doing lore and character analysis every single day. One of those things is going to be high quality, over the top, spends tens of thousands of dollars, takes months to film, shoot, edit, and it's going to get less of an outcome than someone that basically reads from Wikipedia every day. In education, it becomes something very similar. It's actually really easy to grow an audience with tutorials around a software and go heavy on that. Honestly, in a lot of ways, if I was a gaming channel and I wanted to grow, I would get into a new video game. And I've actually seen this work. I would get into a new video game, and then I would do everything that someone that is new to that video game would care about and be interested in if I know that it's a super accessible game. And it would be a game that is new, but has a massive advertising budget. They're splashing it everywhere. There's paid ads in every social media platform. I jump on a game like that. It's the same thing with product tutorials. With product tutorials, I would look at what is getting the most advertising push across Amazon and Facebook and Twitter, and I'd be reviewing those products, and I would know that there's a massive audience for that. And if I could make a system and a workflow that let me do that 3 times a week, 5 times a week, every day, more than whatever the market leader is doing, the person who's making the highest quality but inconsistent, what if, since so many people care about that thing now, what if that person that gets 10 million views every upload, what if I had content that could capture 1% of their audience, but I did that every single day? And I'm not telling you to be a daily content creator. I'm just making a point here. High value plus high volume is going to be massively successful for a lot of you who are working class content creators or have just transitioned to being full-time content creators, instead of chasing the unicorn of quality, thinking that somehow, some way, you're going to be one of the handful of people, one of the 3,000 channels that have 10 million subscribers, or one of the 30,000 out of 100 million channels that have 1 million subscribers. And the thing is, you don't even need to be one of the 350,000 channels out of 100 million that have 100,000 subscribers as silver play button to be successful and to make a full-time income and move from being a working class creator to a full-time content creator who does this for a living. The harsh truth is that most of you will not be able to compete on quality for years in your creator journey, just because you don't have the experience, the resources, and the time freedom that requires to compete in that arena. But you can make more than the acceptable threshold of quality that's required to grow in your niche. What is getting you? Do you realize how many creators don't make the highest quality content, but have videos that they know have given them 1,000 subscribers on one video? That's the quality that people said yes to. And it's not even the highest quality that you've produced as a content creator. I know that even from my own experience. So from a growth standpoint, in terms of I want more subscribers, you can take the level of quality that you had that produced the most subscribers and realize that that's what people said yes to. They're not asking for anything more than that. It's just my ego at this point, and not me feeling like I'm making something that competes with my heroes or my idols or people with millions of subs. That's just ego talking, thinking that you have to chase that level of quality or what you do doesn't matter. That's ego and insecurity talking. Whereas if you want to go with quality, I would tell you, make the highest quality thumbnail possible, make the highest quality title possible, and pick high value topics and ideas. Focus more on the quality of your ideas, the quality of your titles, the quality of your thumbnails, because that is the value that you're demonstrating in the marketplace at a glance. Before anyone gets to see how fancy your cinematography or editing is, they're judging you completely on the idea, which is the topic, the title, and the thumbnail, and the timing in terms of if it's relevant to them right now. And the thing is, the more you upload in a high value topic, the more relevant that topic is, the more relevant you are. And a high tide raises all ships. When someone makes a viral video on that same idea and you have 100 videos on that idea, do you know what happens? YouTube needs to have some suggested video to put next to that viral video. If you have 100 of them, guess what YouTube thinks is the most relevant content to put next to that viral video that somebody made on the same topic, the same idea? Think about that for a minute. I want to see more of you. Photography or editing is, they're judging you completely on the idea, which is the topic, the title, and the thumbnail, and the timing in terms of if it's relevant to them right now. And the thing is, the more you upload in a high value topic, the more relevant that topic is, the more relevant you are. And a high tide raises all ships. When someone makes a viral video on that same idea and you have 100 videos on that idea, do you know what happens? YouTube needs to have some suggested video to put next to that viral video. If you have 100 of them, guess what YouTube thinks is the most relevant content to put next to that viral video that somebody made on the same topic, the same idea? Think about that for a minute. I want to see more of you succeed in YouTube. And I think that if a lot of you focus on topic, title, thumbnail, and timing in terms of the value proposition that you have and making a high value piece of content that people will pay attention to, instead of focusing on chasing a high quality video and then complaining and being frustrated that you made all this effort and time, you put 100 hours into it and didn't get results. I think a lot of you should focus on value and then volume in terms of that consistency and showing up and being a community that people can participate in every day, be their daily habit, their daily ritual, or even their daily addiction. I think that's a better strategy for growing on YouTube. But let me know what you think in the comment section. If you enjoyed
because I was running it up, doing things I want
this video, make sure you check out my video on the most profitable.
They stopped my bread.
So you want to be a YouTuber and you want to get your first.
I'm back on their ass though. I'm on their ass. I'm on their ass. I don't think I've seen this video right here.
YouTube monetization and terms of service are changing, and you will have to agree to these new terms of service or your channel might actually be removed from the YouTube Partner Program. Recently, we got the announcement that YouTube has changed the way that they handle contracts for the YouTube Partner Program and monetization. This includes all existing monetized content creators on YouTube, as well as people who want to apply to the YouTube Partner Program once they meet the requirements, whether that's the standard requirements or the new expansion for YouTube Shorts. And one of the first things you need to know is that if you're already a YouTube content creator that is in the YouTube Partner Program and already has a monetized channel, that you will already be eligible for YouTube Shorts monetization through Shorts ads. You will have to sign the new module. That's what they're calling these amendments to your partner program contract. You have to sign the new contract module that is specific to Shorts monetization in order to earn from that. Whenever we have an update in the future, it will be through these contract modules, as they're calling them. And so you need to make sure you're keeping up with that. It's probably going to come through your creator dashboard in many cases. It may come from an email. You have to make sure that it's coming from a Google email, though, because this is a ripe opportunity for scammers to send fake phishing emails and hijack your channel. I've done a video on protecting your YouTube channel from scams like this, but I will probably make an updated video in the future. But I'll link to my previous video in the description of this video down below. In terms of signing the base agreement, if you don't sign the base agreement for the YouTube Partner Program before July 10th of 2023, you'll be removed from the YouTube Partner Program. And if you want back in, you will have to not only reapply, but you might have to requalify, meet the requirements all over again. So you have more than enough time, if you're watching this video anytime before July 10th, to go ahead and make sure you've signed those contracts and that you're up to date and that you're still going to be in the YouTube Partner Program and earning revenue. As for YouTube Shorts, you'll be eligible to start earning money from YouTube Shorts as early as February 1st. The payouts for this will obviously happen a month later in March. However, you'll start earning money, start the clock on earning either on February 1st if you've signed the agreement by then. If you sign the agreement for YouTube Shorts later than February 1st, then your accumulation will start from the date that you sign. This also marks the end of the YouTube Shorts Creator Fund. The YouTube Shorts Creator Fund will officially be ending, according to YouTube, on February 1st, 2023. The last payouts will probably be in March as a result of that for the Creator Fund, and that is being discontinued. So the only way to earn money from your YouTube Shorts will be through the partner program. And so that means you have to be a monetized creator that's in YouTube's partner program, YPP. And you can earn from ads on Shorts in the Shorts feed, and you will also be able to earn from super thanks donations from your audience on Shorts. I've done a detailed video about the Shorts revenue split, which is different than the regular ads on YouTube. It is a pooled split, and I break down the numbers and the 45-55 split, as well as the Shorts super thanks 70-30 split. All of that is broken down in my YouTube split.
Creator Shorts pool means the portion of gross pool ad revenues calculated on a country-by-country basis that is attributed to A, the total views of all shorts uploaded by a monetizing partner that include no music content, plus the fractional views of all shorts uploaded by a monetizing partner that includes some but are not solely made up of music content, together as a percentage of the total views of all shorts. Clubhouse Chronicles. Hey, Clubhouse Chronicles, what's good, my guy? What's good, my guy? Shout out Brooklyn, man. Shout out Brooklyn.
And I break down the numbers and the 45-55 split, as well as the Shorts.
Keep working. You know how this content creating shit goes.
Super thanks.
Shit is a grind.
70-30 split. All that is broken down in my YouTube Shorts monetization video. That'll be linked in the description down below if you want all the details on making money from your YouTube Shorts. Since YouTube Shorts ad revenue will be starting in February, the payouts for that should be reflected in your YouTube dashboard and your payout, whichever payment method you're using, whether it's direct deposit or what have you, or a check. You should start to see that in March. If you have shorts that are monetized in February, you should see a payment for those probably coming through as early as March. Something you will need to know is that your previous shorts that you've made, if you're in the YouTube Partner Program, can start earning money for ads against those shorts in the short feed. You may have to manually turn ads on for those videos, but they will automatically be eligible if you're already in the partner program and you've signed the module for YouTube Shorts in your contract. If you're on the desktop, you can go into your YouTube dashboard and you can do a bulk selection to turn monetization on for those shorts videos if you go ahead and you tab over to them. It's going to be really convenient for a lot of you with massive inventories of shorts videos that you've been making up until now. I don't believe there's a feature like this on mobile. That may come at a later date. We know that a lot of you, we've been looking at this. I've talked to YouTube about it. We know that a lot of you actually do almost all your work on your mobile device if you're a shorts creator. So I do expect them to start updating the YouTube Studio tool to give you a few of the power features that those of us over in desktop land have enjoyed up until now. So, just keep an eye on that. If they do make a massive change like that, I'll make sure to cover it on my YouTube channel. We don't know what the CPM and RPM rates will look like compared to normal videos. I have some thoughts on that, and I'll probably talk about that in one of my upcoming live streams, but we don't have conclusive evidence or data around that. A lot of creators are going to be hitting me up in Twitter, DMs, and sharing a lot of that information with me. As people share more of their data and what their payouts look like on YouTube Shorts, I'll be sharing that information with all of you. And we can start to get a feel for how much creators are earning with shorts monetization on ads. And that transparency actually helps the whole community when it happens. So thank you to everybody who constantly shares data with me on the CPMs and RPMs for their different niches, for their different formats, and all these different things. It actually really helps a lot. Remember that you do have to sign the base agreement as well as the update modules in order to earn from Shorts. Once you sign the base agreement, you have to sign these other amendments to earn in these other ways. The base agreement just is what keeps you in the YouTube Partner Program. If you want to monetize the Shorts, you're going to have to sign that one as well. There's also other features, and there will be other modules that might come out in the future as YouTube expands more creator monetization. I believe that there are at least maybe 2 more methods of earning money that'll be announced fairly soon before the end of the year. So really looking forward to that. Remember, you have until July 10th, 2023 to sign the base agreement for YouTube monetization, or you may, be kicked out of the YouTube Partner Program and have your content, your entire channel demonetized there. There's also some new updates in terms of the policy that you might want to look at when it comes to profanity and cursing on YouTube. If you guys feel like that deserves a dedicated video, I'll probably look into doing that for some of you. But YouTube has actually posted some information about this that I'll link to in a help article in the description down below. Also, I have a video planned because there are about roughly 7 things you could do that could
YouTube rules on profanity.
Getting that from YouTube.
Welcome to YouTube Creator News, where I keep YouTube content creators like Welcome to YouTube Creator News, where I keep YouTube content creators like you up to date with everything that's happening on YouTube that could impact you as a content creator. So if you make videos for YouTube for any reason, make sure you subscribe. Today, we have some kind of disheartening information, and this information is about content creators being demonetized. And I'm going to tell you how to avoid the situation. I'm also going to tell you about some other things, because there's one that's like a really serious focus. And then I'm going to tell you about some other things related to this policy update that you need to know about as a content creator. So for this, I don't have the green screen like I normally do, but first, just welcome to 2023. This is the first, stream or piece of content on this channel for 2023. Unfortunately, it's kind of like a bad one, right, in terms of the subject matter here. But for this one, I don't have the green screen because I'm actually going to be showing you some things on screen for this. So we're going to go ahead and hop right into that. So the very first thing is that YouTube has made a policy update. And this particular policy update is causing some content creators to be demonetized, unfortunately. And with this, moving forward, these are things that you are going to have to keep in mind as a YouTube content creator. So the very first one that I want to bring to your attention, of course, the thing jumped as I've had it held there for most of the evening here. So the very first thing I want to bring to your attention, because this is going to apply to most people here, is they made an update to their inappropriate language section in their advertiser-friendly guidelines. In this particular one, they say all varieties of profanity are now treated equally, meaning they're not differentiated based on levels of severity. So one word is equal to another word, and they're not ranked in any way anymore. Also, we are not treating words such as hell and damn as profanity anymore. So that's a win, I guess. But they say content where profanity is used after the first seconds the first 8 seconds may receive ad revenue. However, if profanity is used in the first 8 seconds of the video, then it will not monetize. So one of the things that I want to bring to your attention with this is some content creators will have some type of abrasive language. That's just what we're going to call it for the sake of this not being demonetized. So some content creators use abrasive language in their intros and things like that. And if you are one of those content creators, you might have noticed that you are, getting a lot of your ads turned off. And to my understanding, this is also impacting content creators retroactively. So what that means is if you have, anything in the first 8 seconds in your archive, then there's a really good chance that it could be getting demonetized already, or it could be getting demonetized soon. So I've been telling people about this for a really long time in terms of making sure that when you are uploading content to YouTube, make sure that you do when you can, try to keep it, brand friendly and family friendly for reasons like this, because some content creators are essentially losing everything because of this and a few other things that we're going to be talking about here shortly. So some of the other updates that I want to bring to your attention, they have made some updates to their adult content area, or the adult content, information here. This one isn't really going to apply to most people, but
thumbnails, titles, and videos containing adult links, obscene language, adult material, and sexually gratifying acts may not receive ad revenue. Policy enforcement around classical arts depicting sexual activities and sensual dancing and sexual education will remain unchanged and may receive ad revenue.
Just wanted to let you know that they do have some updates here based on thumbnails, titles, and videos containing adult links, obscene language, adult material, and sexually gratifying acts may not receive ad revenue. That one's kind of a given. We know that on YouTube. But they say policy enforcement around classical arts depicting sexual activities, sensual dancing, and sexual education will remain unchanged and may receive ad revenue. So they're okay with that. Now, this particular one right here, I want to make sure that I bring to your attention if you make any type of gaming content for YouTube. And I know some of you also do true crime content. And I know some of you, make content where things like this you might need to rely on imagery sometimes to tell your stories, or it just might happen in your game. So this update is about violence in your videos. So they say content showing dead bodies without context, right? If you have context in it, like if you're doing a true crime, then you might be able to slide past this one, or not. But they say game violence directed at a real named person or acts.
All right, cool. Mostly for the game.
What is said and shown in the first 8 seconds of your videos, because that seems to be the threshold where the imagery and where the language is getting impacted in terms of your monetization on your videos. And just in case you are not currently monetized on YouTube, once you get monetized, this is going to apply to you. And this is also going to apply to the content that you're uploading now once you get monetized as well. So keep that in mind. The next thing, as we scroll down here, is recreational drugs and drug-related content. So here, drug use and consumption in gaming may not.
None of that matters to me.
I have all of this linked down in the description of this live stream right now. So you can go down and you can, look into all of this yourself, and you can see exactly what I'm talking about, right here. But the idea, or the thing that I want to express out the property owner's permission or violating their code of conduct. And that one I think is extremely weird. I'm not sure why they would put that in there. But I'm guessing there's prank videos or something like that that's going on there. And then they say using or encouraging the usage of hacking software in competitive East.
All right, so we good. We good. So just don't curse. You want to make money? Don't curse. It's that simple. It's that simple. Money? Don't curse. It's that simple. It's that simple. Money? Don't curse. That's just looking at myself. Close to me, 7 manager to address blah 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 blah.
As a small creator finding your way around YouTube, you are bombarded with tips, strategies, and facts.
Don't post shorts.
As a small creator finding your way around YouTube, you are bombarded with tips, strategies, and facts.
Don't post shorts. They're going to hurt your channel. The trending section on YouTube is only for the elite. Tags are like the only way to get ranked, dude.
Now, many of these people would claim these are truths, but they are, in fact, myths. And what we're going to try and do today is debunk 13 of the biggest offending YouTube myths.
Before we do that, though, let us know in the comments, what are some YouTube nonsense myths that you've often heard?
By the way, keep watching until the end, because we may have a couple of extra myths that we're going to debunk. So let's kick this off with myth number 1. Longer videos lead to better YouTube rankings. Dan, Discuss.
No, the truth is that a 1-minute video can be just as viral as a 20-minute video. The most important thing creators need to remember here is you get your point across regardless of how long you think your video should be.
What video length doesn't take into account is session watch time. For example, a viewer could watch a video that's only 2 or 3 minutes long, be really satisfied by it, and end up binge watching a lot more content from that single creator. So instead of watching one 12-minute video, they're watching 10 2-minute videos. And now you can appreciate how valuable that can be to the YouTube recommendation engine.
Honestly, the people who are telling you you need to make videos of a certain length are probably just thinking about videos that are longer can display more ads.
However, if you are making longer videos for the sake of it, either to get over 8 minutes, to put adverts on your videos, or because you think making longer videos, getting more watch time leads to more positive metrics, that could actually impact the satisfaction the viewer gets from your content. Take an example such as Beluga. Like, he's ballooned in size, over 10 million subscribers, millions of views every single video. That's likely because viewers are binge watching multiple videos on his channel in one session.
Myth number 2, you absolutely have to have text on your thumbnails.
Well, this is where we get to the conversation, Dan, of it depends what kind of videos you're making. For example, when you talk about vlogs, storytelling, they don't really need text. An engaging visual image can be more than enough.
The mission behind your thumbnail in most cases should be to convey some kind of story or emotion and draw in some kind of curiosity. One thing I like to tell new creators who are struggling is that your thumbnail could really be a visualization of your title. If you can keep people from having...
Take an example such as Beluga. Like, he's ballooned in size, over 10 million subscribers, millions of views every single video. That's likely because viewers are binge watching multiple videos on his channel in one session.
Myth number 2, you absolutely have to have text on your thumbnails.
Well, this is where we get to the conversation, Dan, of it depends what kind of videos you're making. For example, when you talk about vlogs, storytelling, they don't really need text. An engaging visual image can be more than enough.
The mission behind your thumbnail in most cases should be to convey some kind of story or emotion and draw in some kind of curiosity. One thing I like to tell new creators who are struggling is that your thumbnail could really be a visualization of your title. If you can keep people from having to read your title and just get the entire point of the video by looking at a simple thumbnail, absolutely have to have text on your thumbnails.
Well, this is where we get to the conversation, Dan, of it depends what kind of videos you're making. For example, when you talk about vlogs, storytelling, they don't really need text. An engaging visual image can be more than enough.
The mission behind your thumbnail in most cases should be to convey some kind of story or emotion and draw in some kind of curiosity. One thing I like to tell new creators who are struggling is that your thumbnail could really be a visualization of your title. If you can keep people from having to read your title and just get the entire point of the video by looking at a simple thumbnail, you've just won the click.
However, let's think about educational and how-to content that tends to favor text on a thumbnail because it needs to instantly communicate a solution rather than creating mystery or intrigue. So in some cases, text can be really valuable, but Dan, what I think we'll both agree on is that there should be a text limit. Don't try and write sentences on your thumbnails. 2 or 3 words is a good standard. And while we're on the topic of text on thumbnails, Dan, apparently you have to have a beautiful face on your thumbnails as well.
This, again, kind of depends.
Oh, it always depends on YouTube.
Yes, it's our favorite thing to tell people. For example, in the gaming space, a lot of times the games you're playing on your channel have very recognizable features, characters, points of interest. And in a lot of cases, it might be better to lead with those rather than just a picture of you. Save the space on your thumbnail to make the most familiar looking thing the centerpiece of that thumbnail.
It is often about having something that's instantly recognizable to the viewer. So in some cases, if you're doing a news story about a popular sports star, say Shaq, or you're covering a YouTube creator, Graham Stephan, for example, you would want to have their face on the thumbnail. On top of this, if you are building your own brand and you're building a community where they become very familiar with you, then having your own face on the thumbnail might be ideal as well.
On this channel, we actually use our faces.
Wait a minute.
Have to have a beautiful face on your thumbnails as well.
This, again, kind of depends.
Oh, it always depends on YouTube.
Yes, it's our favorite thing to tell people. For example, in the gaming space, a lot of times the games you're playing on your channel have very recognizable features, characters, points of interest. And in a lot of cases, it might be better to lead with those rather than just a picture of you. Save the space on your thumbnail to make the most familiar looking thing the centerpiece.
Wait.
You just won the click.
However, let's think about educational and how-to content that tends to favor text on a thumbnail because it needs to
Educational and how-to content.
instantly communicate a solution rather than creating mystery or intrigue. So in some cases, text can be really valuable, but Dan, what I think we'll both agree on is that there should be a text limit. Don't try and write sentences on your thumbnails. 2 or 3 words is a good standard. And while we're on the topic of text on thumbnails, Dan, apparently you have to have a beautiful face on your thumbnails as well.
This, again, kind of depends.
Oh, it always depends on YouTube.
Yes, it's our favorite thing to tell people. For example, in the gaming space, a lot of times the games you're playing on your channel have very recognizable features, characters, points of interest. And in a lot of cases, it might be better to lead with those rather than just a picture of you. Save the space on your thumbnail to make the most familiar looking thing the centerpiece of that thumbnail.
It is often about having something that's instantly recognizable to the viewer. So in some cases, if you're doing a news story about a popular sports star, say Shaq, or you're covering a YouTube creator, Graham Stephan, for example, you would want to have their face on the thumbnail. On top of this, if you are building your own brand, and you're building a community where they become very familiar with you, then having your own face on the thumbnail might be ideal as well.
On this channel, we actually use our faces quite a bit in thumbnails. And oftentimes it depends on the point we're trying to convey. If we feel like a face is going to bring out a lot of emotion in that thumbnail, you may see it appear. Sometimes we try thumbnails where we have a version of it for one video that has our face and a version that doesn't.
Also, to try and create an associated mindset, you know, if you're fearful of something or surprised, there's a new YouTube feature and it looks awesome, we try and convey that perhaps in our thumbnail. But at the same time, we're going to use recognizable elements from YouTube, such as the real-time graph and the metrics panels, because we assume our viewers are going to associate with those YouTube elements.
Earlier in the video, I joked around about how tags are the only way to get ranked on YouTube. This is actually myth number 4.
The truth is, tags exist on YouTube, and that's pretty much it. If you're worried about the myth of YouTube tags, then you're worried about the wrong things. 99% of your optimization efforts and strategy should be guided towards the thumbnail and the title.
YouTube themselves has said multiple times now that the tags are a great place to include common misspellings for maybe the keywords that you're trying to rank for.
We've seen many examples on YouTube where larger creators now are just not even bothering with tags because they know their audience, they know they're going to turn up and watch their content. The smaller channels, the education channels, they may still be using tags because it provides the creator with some education for themselves in terms of keyword research, and they're just including that keyword research in the video tags. But ultimately, you should be spending no more than 30 seconds inserting tags into your videos. You can do that with the vidIQ Boost tool, either through the recommended tags, or you could search for a video on YouTube and simply copy the tags from that video and place them straight into your video. But what about when it comes to the videos themselves, Dan? Because apparently there is a myth floating around that a bad performing video will completely cripple your channel.
That's something that a lot of people are actually very afraid of, but rest assured, again, YouTube coming to us with this information and saying, no, videos on YouTube are all treated individually. So having one video that completely flops does not necessarily mean your next video is going to be affected by that somehow.
Now, when you started your YouTube channel and journey, you were effectively experimenting all of the time to see what works. And Ultimately, you should always be
Who in the building?
experimenting
What's
with your
good?
content
Holla at me,
to
man.
become a better creator.
Who in
But
the building?
you get
You
to
got
the
New York in the
point where you
building?
have an established audience and you want to treat them with respect in terms of the content that you make. But that should always give you the license to experiment every once in a while.
Absolutely, 100%. But a lot of creators make this mistake of experimenting a little too much. So just as a counterpoint, you don't want to be experimenting with random types of videos day in and day out. Every creator should really practice having some level of consistency in their content. Posting once a day consistency. I'm talking about the consistency of the topics that you cover on your channel. They should always appeal to the same audience, because at the end of the day, you're here on our channel to get more subscribers. And if you want to build up those returning viewers, you're really going to have to make videos that they're going to want to keep coming back for.
Now, over time, if a pattern develops that the videos that you make are not appearing in a viewer's watch history anymore, then the YouTube recommendation system is maybe going to start to think that the viewer needs to be shown other videos to watch. So that could impact the distribution of your content.
Wait, what?
That they're going to want to keep coming back for.
Now, over time, if a pattern develops that the videos that you make are not appearing in a viewer's watch history anymore, then the YouTube recommendation system is maybe going to start to think that the viewer needs to be shown other videos to watch. So that could impact the distribution of your content. So you do need to be aware of that. Now, and as an example of when we made content that we knew wasn't going to perform well, back in February when the conflict in Ukraine began, it was a very personal and important thing that we wanted to talk about on vidIQ. We knew it wasn't YouTube education. We published those videos. As you can see here, they didn't get that many views. But once we returned to our regular programming, so to speak, YouTube education, the audience very quickly came back. So these two videos didn't severely impact the whole performance of the channel.
Myth number 6, you need expensive equipment like cameras and microphones and sweet gaming PCs if you ever want to rank on YouTube.
So there is a certain element of truth to this in the fact that if you have higher quality footage, higher quality audio, that is going to be more of a satisfying viewing experience for the audience. But that shouldn't be seen as a mandate for what you must improve indefinitely on your channel.
So would you say that in certain topics, maybe this is more important than others? For example, if you're a tech channel, I think I would expect somebody reviewing high-end tech products to have some high-end tech themselves, meaning I want to see nice, clean shots, minimalistic design in their offices, and I want some high-quality audio.
Yeah,
No
similar with like
topic
photography
right now.
channel
No
as well. You would
topic
expect
right
the
now.
thumbnails to be the very
Just
high
got
standard.
back
But let's
monetized.
switch this
I'm
to
live streaming for the
a
first
vlogging
time
channel.
in a month.
They're likely filming in a very spontaneous
You
way where they
freestyling
don't
right
have
now.
time to
But if
think
you
about
want a topic,
shot
give
composition,
me a
lighting,
topic. You
and
can chop
perfect
it
audio
up.
environments. You know, they're
Definitely
running
chop it
company.
up,
The
bro.
story
Give
is
me
what's
a topic.
important there, and the experience far more than any of the
What's good?
production
What we
value.
trying to
It's
talk
much
about?
more
Kanye
raw
West,
viewing
Sean
experience,
Rock,
which a viewer likely appreciates.
these
One thing I'm
bitches,
always
what's the
reminding
word?
creators of, just while we're on this subject, is that nobody knows that you have amazing production quality if you haven't yet won the click with a fantastic title and thumbnail. And the reason I bring up titles right now is because our next myth is actually that you have to clickbait people.
Oh yeah, they just said it.
If you're a tech channel, I think I would cameras and microphones and sweet gaming PCs if you ever want to rank on YouTube.
So there is a certain element of truth to this in the fact that if you have higher quality footage, higher quality audio, that is going to be more of a satisfying viewing experience for the audience. But that shouldn't be seen as a mandate for what you must improve indefinitely on your channel.
So would you say that in certain topics, maybe this is more important than
What's up
others?
with the
For
police
example, if you're a
killing
tech
homeboy?
channel, I think I would expect somebody reviewing.
Yo, man, that's a real tragic situation. That's a real tragic situation. When it comes to the police, anything that makes the news, I tend to have a conspiracy theorist mind behind it. So when I say I tend to have a conspiracy theorist mind behind it, I mean to say every time something goes on with the police that's national and it goes viral and then celebrities get involved, I look at the occultic numbers behind things, and it seems to numerology wise always add up to a 4 or 6. So the question is when it comes to these national things, is what we see really true? Did it really happen? All these people actors? Because we all know police are kicking niggas' ass in the hood every day. Police kill niggas every day. Why is this particular thing making it to the media? Why are celebrities choosing to care about this particular subject, this particular police brutality issue? I always look at it funny, but for the sake of, if I'm wrong and this is really real, then it's just a tragic situation. And this is again another example of police overstepping their boundaries. Police doing too much. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they trying to tell us to keep the same energy like George Floyd. This is what I'm saying. Like, you feel like they're trying to tell us to keep the same energy like George Floyd. So here we go. If that's the case, one could argue and say that it was organized. This is a big psyop, and everyone involved is an actor and is a Freemason somewhere in a lodge somewhere, according to what the conspiracy theorists say, you know. But yeah, but at the end of the day, people are sheep, you know. Like, people chose to turn up about George Floyd because the media told them. People do what these celebrities do. If the celebrities weren't turning up about George Floyd, and when you say turning up about George Floyd, that's just posting about it and complaining about it. If the celebrities are not turning up about something, the average person is not, because, you know, niggas are sheep. People are followers. People are followers. So that's why I always ask myself, is this true? And as I get bigger and bigger, I may have to watch some things that I say sometimes, or I'll just go the Kanye route and just turn up on everybody. But I always take it like, I be feeling like everything that gets promoted to the mass media is theater in some kind of way. And when I say theater, I mean the people who you see on screen are actors. So I try to remove my emotions from the situation. I try to remove my emotions because, you know, they can make something look good, and just because it's not in the movie, just because the camera footage looks grainy, just because it looks a certain way, don't mean it's not made up. But at the same time, maybe it isn't made up. Shit. To make us look like hypocrites. This is what I'm saying. If they doing that to make us look like hypocrites, guess what? It's all organized. It's all fake. Maybe they really did kill that person. Maybe they really did kill that person. But then again, maybe all the police involved, right? And the person who's the alleged victim, maybe they're all actors. Who knows, man? Who knows? All I can say, if it really happened, then justice. Justice for what's his name? Tyree? Justice for Tyree. Justice for him. Justice for him. Those people need to go to jail. That the city where that happened at, they owe his parents money. All that shit. I feel like you, when the celebs are involved, exactly like a distraction, bro. That's how I feel.
Viewing high-end tech products to have some high-end tech themselves.
Distraction.
Meaning, I want to see nice, clean shots, minimalistic design in their offices, and I want some high-quality audio.
Yeah, similar with like a photography channel as well. You would expect the thumbnails to be of a very high standard. But let's switch this to...
You've been in tune with me for a little minute. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you, bro. Especially because you got the name Goku in like your avatar name title, man. We all know Goku is that nigga.
A vlogging channel, they're likely filming in a very spontaneous way where they don't have time to think about. You would expect the thumbnails to be of a very high standard. But let's switch this to a vlogging channel. They're likely filming in a very spontaneous way where they don't have time to think about shot composition, lighting, and perfect audio environments. You know, they're running and gunning. The story is what's important there, and the experience far more than any of the production values. It's a much more raw viewing experience, which a viewer likely appreciates.
One thing I'm always reminding creators of, just while we're on this subject, is that nobody knows that you have amazing production quality if you haven't yet won the click with a fantastic title and thumbnail. And the reason I bring up titles right now is because our next myth is actually that you have to clickbait people in order to get the click.
Clickbait. Hey, what a filthy word that is in the YouTube universe. The truth is,
Facts, they want a sub. Appreciate you, bro. And just to let you know personally, because I want you to check it out, I don't know if you noticed that I recently started dropping episodes for a podcast that I'm developing. It's called Everyone is Toxic. I'm going to be I started off dropping one episode every Tuesday, which is going to be Toxic Tuesdays. Those episodes, I'm going to be talking mostly about relationship-based stuff. I'm going to have guests. I intend on having a lot of women, but I'm going to have a lot of different people. Like, I'm working on an episode that I'm going to be doing with my god sister, who's a lesbian, and her flamboyant gay friend. And we're going to discuss, like, the issues between straight people and people in the homosexual community. We're going to address it all. I'm going to call out their bullshit. They're going to call out our bullshit. And then on Sundays, I'm going to be dropping a different version of the podcast. And I'll probably be going live or I don't know. Like, it might be just like a solo video where I'm talking about whatever I'm talking about. But every Tuesday at like 3-4 o'clock, I'm going to be dropping new episodes of this podcast. And it's going to be called Everyone is Toxic.
concept of clickbait is misinterpreted.
Check that out,
Your
bro.
titles don't need to be clickbaity.
Also, if you want to be a guest, on the podcast or a guest in any video, just find a way to find my email, which is often in a lot of the descriptions of my videos. Or I'll just say it right now. n.almighty1991@gmail.com, and I'll pull you up. We can do a video together. Real nigga shit. That's fire. Keep the content. Yeah, exactly. You know, I've been trying to figure out the next direction I'm gonna go with this. So I'm gonna be re-editing and making greater versions of all my classic YouTube videos. It's gonna be called Rikers Island 2.0. And I'm also gonna be going in depth on a lot more serious topics. I only been hesitating because they tend to not get as much push as the other videos, but I be having some real shit to say, so I'm just gonna say it. And whoever it reaches is who it reaches. But I'm gonna be doing a whole lot. Bro. Real shit, bro.
But they do need to generate an element of curiosity.
I look at clickbait as kind of two different sides, right? You have good clickbait and you have bad clickbait. Now, bad clickbait is when you straight up lie to the viewer. You have a title and a thumbnail that don't deliver on the perceived value of your video. Good clickbait is when maybe you push the envelope just a little bit and you tease something. People still watch the video, but at the end, it was good clickbait because they ended up getting that value from the video by the time they finished. And maybe if you did something that upset them a little bit at the start, you're completely forgiven because, again, you've delivered on that value.
You also have to remember this about YouTube and being a creator. You have an artistic license in everything you do, be it the way you film, edit. That can extend to a certain extent to your title. And when we think about the types of titles, there are 7 different forms of curiosity that we've explored in the past. Challenging assumptions, being oddly specific, more on that later. But for now, Dan, the more subscribers the better your videos rank on YouTube, right?
Absolutely not. There was a time where YouTube displayed subscribers more prominently across the website, but they've since learned that it's far more valuable to better understand an individual viewer's interests and not necessarily trust whenever they hit the subscribe button. So these days, YouTube is much better at serving you content you want to watch, regardless of whether or not you've subscribed to any one channel.
Now, with a little bit of insider knowledge here, the head of Discovery titles, there are 7 different forms of curiosity that we've explored in the past. Challenging assumptions, being oddly specific, more on that later. But for now, Dan, the more subscribers, the better your videos rank on YouTube, right?
Absolutely not. There was a time where YouTube displayed subscribers more prominently across the website, but they've since learned that it's far more valuable to better understand an individual viewer's interests and not necessarily trust whenever they hit the subscribe button. So these days, YouTube is much better at serving you content you want to watch, regardless of whether or not you've subscribed to any one channel.
Now, with a little bit of insider knowledge here, the head of Discovery at YouTube, who goes by the name of Todd, has actually said that there are certain algorithms in place to ensure that small channels do get a fair shot when they're competing against well-established channels with millions of subscribers. Another thing to consider is this: the YouTube recommendation system is not necessarily looking at subscribers. What I mean by that is, let's say somebody subscribes to your channel and then doesn't watch anything for 6 months, whereas another viewer watched something from you a few days ago. Who is YouTube likely to suggest that video more to? It's not the subscriber, it's the person who's directly engaged in your content right now. We see this all the time when we're auditing channels to get more views and subscribers. And this is where YouTube has successfully tested it with the core audience on the channel. And now they're testing it with new audiences. And they're getting positive signals. And it builds up that snowball effect of more viewers being shown your content.
Speaking of content and subscribers, you actually, I don't know if you knew this, Rob, you have to have like a ton of videos if you want to actually start getting subscribers in the first place.
Really? Is that true?
That's a thing.
I question that. You could make 100 terrible videos, and then on video 101, you're still going to get no views and no subscribers. And let's be honest about this, Dan. We've seen this repeated so many times with Let's Play gaming channels who fall into that trap. On the other hand, we've seen examples of channels that have made 1 or 2 videos and already they're getting thousands of subscribers and millions of views.
In fact, quite recently, during one of our live streams, we audited a channel that on their very first video eventually hit 500,000 views and counting. Now, we can see this using our own vidIQ historical data tools. It does take them a little bit of...
Who this? You know what? I'm 20. Is it embarrassing to not have a car? Advice for someone who's 20. Hey, listen. I could drive. I don't got a car right now. I'm going to get a car this year because I need to get around more so I could step up my vlogging game and things like that. And I could be able to take my mother where she needs to go at a moment's notice. But I don't have a car right now. I still get bitches. I'm still lit. However, having a car does increase your status. So it's not about whether you have a car or not. It's about knowing that you have to get one at some point. But you're 20 years old. You're 20 years old. 20-year-old with a car, that's going to put you a league ahead of a lot of people in their 20s. So if you get a car, you will definitely be that nigga. However, you don't got to be embarrassed. You know what I mean? Are you still a young man walking around here with respect and dignity? Do you still carry yourself like a real one? That's all that matters. Are you still trying to get to some money? That's all that matters, bro. That's all that matters, man. If you sound like you really want a car, go ahead and get one. Like I said, by the end of this year, y'all going to see me doing vlogs from my whip. I'm going to be driving, making my videos because it's just an extra element to my game. And plus, you know, I want one. I want one, you know, because I can drive. If that's what you want to do, go get it. You do need to get a car, though. You do need to get one, but don't stress yourself too much. Make sure you got a consistent flow of money first. Make sure you got a consistent flow of money. But yes, make it your objective to get a car sooner than later. Yes. 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 You know? Yes.
Time to kind of get up and running.
Remember, you're
but
only 20.
eventually YouTube finds an audience again for their first video, and it's still getting views even today.
Speaking of first videos or videos hurting the channel, what about YouTube Shorts? They're bound to hurt my channel, right, Dan?
You do not want to be making YouTube Shorts unless you want to miss out on a great opportunity to get a lot of views and not harm your channel. I don't know where this is coming from. YouTube Shorts, I like to think, kind of live in their own little bubble on your channel.
And that's actually been confirmed a little bit by YouTube. In a recent talk, they explained that when somebody watches a lot of YouTube Shorts from a content creator, YouTube doesn't necessarily automatically recommend the long-form content from that creator. And that's a challenge that YouTube are trying to deal with, the relationship between different viewing experiences. Eventually, YouTube are going to bridge that connection. But for now, this is why you could get millions of views on Shorts and then hardly any views on long-form content, because the recommendation system just isn't up to speed yet.
Ultimately, if this is something you're concerned about, you can do one of two things. Either you can make sure that your YouTube Shorts and your long-form videos always appeal to the same
What did BMF do to get caught? You think being flashy plays a role in how drug dealers get caught? Flashy is always going to play a role in how drug dealers get caught. Because if you're not paying any money to the IRS and the car you're driving is $200,000, the police are going to want to know where that came from. So, yeah. I heard some drug dealers, scammers keep a job to keep under the radar. Yes, that's true. I'm not a drug dealing aficionado. I know drug dealers. I'm from a place called Cortland Avenue, where several people have made hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars during the heights of the drug era. So the money you're spending and where you putting your money at and how you look in the outside world will play a role. But there's no such thing as becoming a big baller drug dealer anymore anyway. It's 2023. There's cameras everywhere. There's huge digital footprints. People gonna have cameras on you wherever you go. There is no real... First of all, there never was longevity in drug dealer game. In the drug dealing game, anyone who was selling drugs, and you look at how long their run was, they usually bubbled the most 2, 3, 4, 5 years, and then the feds came, snatched them up, and that was before cameras. With cameras now, you're liable to go to jail before you even make $100,000, and that's the real. That's the real. So if you yourself thinking about selling drugs, forget about it. Forget about it. And there's rats. That's a
that
fact.
type of viewer. Or, of course,
That's a fact. There will always be rats. Ain't a drug dealer in the world who don't got somebody that's going to tell them.
Make a whole separate channel and just put your shorts
You
on
will
that
go to
one.
jail.
And once you do that, in either
Stay away from drugs unless you have like a dispensary.
case, you're going to get probably a lot of
You
views.
ain't doing it legally.
And everybody
don't do
knows,
it at all.
Rob, that you have to get a lot of views if you want to make literally any money at all on YouTube. It's the only way to make money.
The smart business-minded creator will tell you that's completely false. While you can make money from views on your videos through adverts, it is a small trickle of passive income. Very easy to set up, but you're really missing out on many, many more business-making opportunities on your content and channel.
There's a lot of ways. I mean, you could be getting brand deals. You could be doing some affiliate marketing. You can have sponsorships. You can even start your own YouTube membership program.
So it sounds like, Dan, there's plenty of ways to make money on YouTube, but this is all tied into a subscriber.
True. But hypothetically speaking, what if the person has a job to keep under the radar and no social media? See, the fact that you don't have a social media in 2023, hypothetically speaking, it would still look funny to the outside world, and people are gonna want to get into your business because it's like everyone has a Facebook or a LinkedIn or an Instagram or a TikTok, and you have nothing. People will automatically assume you're doing something that you're not supposed to be doing. You're selling drugs, you're human trafficking, you're pimping. You feel me? Immediately. So it's like there's really, you could be below the radar and probably last, I guess, in the drug game. But think about all the people who sell drugs for mad long. They only making a certain amount of money. They're not making life-changing money. You're not gonna make life-changing money as a drug dealer and not get caught. It's just not gonna happen. Just get a weed dispensary. That's my advice for anyone. Get a weed dispensary. People are gonna always buy weed. Sell weed legally.
No. The number.
But sooner or later, anyone who not selling weed legally, they're gonna start hitting niggas with them crack in the 80s and 90s numbers.
For subscribers you have on YouTube,
That's
well,
what
I mean, past getting 1,000 subscribers and reaching the monetization goals, has no effect on the money you're going to bring on your channel.
Indeed, it's more to do with the views when we talk about ad revenue.
We watch a little bit of myself real quick.
Views when we talk about ad revenue.
It would still look funny to the outside world, and people are gonna want to get into your business because it's like everyone has a Facebook or a LinkedIn or an Instagram or a TikTok, and you have nothing. How you feel about 1090 Jake and China Mac? I don't really feel anything. I mean, I salute the fact that they're like me, two people who went to prison and they found a way to legally make money and still be true to themselves. Other than that, I don't really have much to say. I mean, 1090 Jake, he conquered. He's pretty much like the number one, at least top five. I mean, at least top two guys when it comes to the prison story game. You know, me personally, I want to be bigger than prison stories. I feel like if you're not white, I feel like white people are gonna watch a white dude talking about prison stories more often than they're gonna watch somebody black. So there's a certain cap to these things. Me personally, I want to be bigger than a dude who is from the street. Like, I want to shake off everything that makes me appeal to be like a street dude, because I'm getting past that. Like, I got kids. I want to be a sex symbol for these women. Like, after a while, you see what I got this hat on, this fitted, and this hoodie. I'm going to be doing videos, and I'm going to be talking about some real shit that ain't got nothing to do with jail. And I'm going to have a turtleneck on, a nice sweater. I'm going to just have the fresh baldy showing. I'm going to have some glasses or some shades on. Over time, I'm going to totally separate myself from the street stuff. But I salute anyone like them who are from the streets and they found a better way. All that other personal stuff is all entertainment. I don't personally care. I would love to work with both of them, though, if it makes sense for our brands. That's true. When I tell people I don't have social media at 20, they give a side eye. I mean, I do have one, but it's with 0 followers, so basically don't have one. Yeah, I feel you, bro. I feel you, bro. What about Jake with him telling the news investigators about the drugs? Okay, look, so I mean, if we going by what the hood calls and deems snitching, dry snitching, at the very least. dry snitching. I don't call it full-blown snitching because you can't call it full-blown snitching unless what he does puts somebody in jail or gets specific people in trouble. It's dry snitching if you're cooperating and giving some kind of information. This is why Gunna is a dry snitcher. He's 90% snitch, but he didn't put nobody in jail. But what they both did to me is like dry snitching. But also, I don't really care. It really does nothing for me. I don't really give a fuck. Oh yeah, by the way, can you make more red pill content, like talk about how to get females? Hey, listen, bro. Every Tuesday, I'm going to be dropping my podcast, and I started a couple weeks now already. Every Tuesday between 3 and 5. The podcast is called Everyone is Toxic. I don't have enough numbers yet for it to be shown to everyone. But I will be talking about females. I will be talking to females. And trust me, it's outrageous. Like, if you go back a couple weeks and you check these pods out, I'm talking to women. I'm going to be having fat girls, skinny girls, ugly girls, pretty girls, lesbians, other men. We going to be talking and chopping it up, giving game about women, all of that, bro. All of that. Stay tuned. It's coming. I mean, I already been doing it, but every Tuesday, look for it, bro. Everyone is Toxic podcast, bro. Look for that. Matter of fact, while we hear any advice you need about women, let me know right now. But just don't ask me how to keep a woman. I don't know how to love a woman. The longest I've ever kept a woman was for 2 years. I can only tell you how to spot the wrong women to deal with and the right women to deal with. I can only tell you how to score. I cannot tell you how to get married. So don't ask me that. G'd up, Quinn. What up, big bro? You see it, let your boy out of YouTube jail, man. They demonetized me for a month, bro. Word. What about Drake with him? Oh, yeah, we read that already. Toxic Tuesday, support. Support, support. Support. I get all my women on a 90. I get all my women at 99 sister. Word. Matter of fact, you're right. One thing you're going to do is find a bitch in the 99 cent store. That's a fact. That's a Fendi. That's a Fendi. That's a Fendi. That's a Fender. That's a Fenderican. That's a big facts. Yeah, man, they demonetized me, man. It was weird. It was weird. I ain't gonna lie, yo. I ain't gonna lie. I without y'all, man, I ain't shit, man. I feel like I was missing a part of myself, bro. No cap, bro. I feel like I was missing myself. Do you feel like women get stranger or men got weaker? Listen, I don't call what women are doing today to be stronger. I don't call that. I just call it women trying to be like men. They just want to assert themselves in the world, and I guess I ain't mad, you know. All I know is I don't like no bitch that don't like me. If she ain't getting with my program, then she ain't gonna be around me. That's all I know. You know, there's too much. You know, I feel like there's too much complaining about women and all that. And on Toxic Tuesdays, when I'm really having my, you know, and I'm really talking, especially talking to women, you gonna see, man, like there's a little bit too much complaining. Like At the end of the day, most of these women easy. They still gonna give up the pussy. Like who really cares about, like, I don't have time to complain about women. She doing what you don't like. Why are you around her? Why are you next to her? Get away from the bitch. It's that simple. It's that simple. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, YouTube be on some crazy shit. They got this new rule on cursing too. You curse too much, video not being monetized. You curse within the first 8 seconds, your video will not be monetized. They on their bullshit. When I'm making my regular videos, I'm just not gonna curse like that, or I'm just gonna edit them out. Or I'll probably just stop cursing, man. Like, it's cool. They definitely shopping and budgeting in the 99-cent store. Females who shop there, responsible parents in the hood. Facts, though. This nigga spitting. That boy spitting. Ain't got no meat in this shit, bro. Like, where's the meat? Can't eat this. Dig the meat out. Pause. I'm still here, beloveds. Word. I'm in South Florida, man. That's why my confidence went down with social media. They brainwashing and saying if you don't have a car or you broke, you don't have a diamond chain. Hey, bro, listen. Fuck all that, bro. You gotta believe in yourself. You gotta believe in yourself, King. Believe in yourself, King. Word. Now you making me feel some type of way, man. Recognize your greatness, man. At the end of the day, you want respect in this world, you have to become great at something. You have to become better than a lot of other people at something. And once you get into that type of lane, there's always gonna be women in that lane. There's always gonna be a tribe of bitches for you. It ain't even about bitches, bro. Mr. Beast is the #1 YouTuber in the world. He started when he was young. He didn't care about no bitches. He just made himself great. I'd be further ahead in life. I'd be rich right now if I ain't give a fuck about no bitches, bro. Forget about these hoes. But if you want some pussy, then you already know what it is. You gotta look a certain way. But guess what though? Clothes not even expensive, bro. Clothes not even expensive. You get $100 and you go on Fashion Nova, you coming off with some fly shit, bro. It's ways to do this. But at the end of the day, it ain't even about these hoes, man. You in Florida. You gonna need a car to get around to Florida. Ain't no way around that, bro. Put two bands together. Go ahead and do that. But until then, fuck these bitches, bro. Who cares, man? What you want to do? What what do you love? What do you love, bro? Find something you love to do. Figure out a way to make money from it, or just figure out a way to make some money in the most efficient way for you. That's going to keep you out of jail. Love yourself, bro. Love yourself, man. Love yourself. All that depressed shit and all that other shit, we ain't going for that, bro. We men. We not allowed to be depressed. You ain't allowed to be depressed, bro. I'm not allowing you to be depressed, man. I'm not allowing that shit, bro. Matter of fact, find my email on my channel or something like that. Find my social or something. DM me, man. DM me so we can chop it up personally, bro. You bugging. You bugging, bro. Real nigga shit. You a king, nigga. Nets smoke the Knicks. Oh, man. But the Knicks been getting smoked my whole life. Lakers spanking the Celtics. Hey, listen. They got LeBron over there. That's a fact. Yo, love yourself, man. Don't ever think you ain't got value in this world because of some bitches, bro. Long as you become great at something, them bitches gonna be there, bro. Them bitches gonna be there. These bitches is stupid, nigga. If you look like money, they gonna give you some pussy. You ain't even gotta really have that shit, man. I learned how to fuck when I first came home from prison. I was broke. I had 2 pairs of Levi's, some Constructs, which is some Timberland boots, and then I had like 2 jackets. I had a Carhartt coat. I ain't get more pussy. I ain't never got more pussy than that first year or 2 when I was home and I was broke. I ain't have shit. So it ain't about having all that shit. It's about having a certain type of energy and swagger about yourself. Real nigga shit, bro. That's, you know what I'm saying? If you thirsty, they can smell it on you. You know what I'm saying? If you not confident, they can smell it on you. And then they'll exploit you and you'll be a lick. Hold on, y'all. You'll be a lick. You know what I'm saying? Fuck these bitches. Feel me? Feel me? Your ultimate value is not determined by how many women want you. Your ultimate value is about how successful you make yourself. I don't care how many bitches a nigga get if his mother don't have no respect for him. If your mother never look you in your face and say, I'm proud of the man you became, I don't care if he got $1 million and he fucked 1 million bitches. He ain't no real man. And that's some facts. Those are facts. Facts of life, bro. Don't ever think you're not good enough. Don't ever think you're not good enough. Word. Word, bro. Especially don't let these women tell you nothing. You know what I'm saying? These women walking around with twice as many bodies as they age. Who gives a fuck what they gotta say? The fuck? I'm Nate Almighty, man. We bringing the real back. We bringing the real back. Listen, bro. Find it within yourself to love yourself. Fuck social media, bro. If you getting upset, stop looking at people who got more money than you. Stop looking at these women who you can't get right now. Who cares, bro? Stay off. Stay off, bro. If it ain't doing no good for your mental health, stay off, bro. At the end of the day, always remember you could turn that shit off. If it ain't serving you, if it ain't making you happy, bro, turn that shit off, man. Turn that shit off, man. Social media does ruin lives, but here's the thing, though. Every life that is ruined is because other people allowed it to be ruined. That's a fact. Social media is also an engine to help you get money and help you be successful, help you promote your businesses. That's a fact. If it wasn't for social media, we wouldn't even be having this conversation right now. I wouldn't be able to connect to none of y'all good niggas, not even niggas, to none of y'all great men in this live stream right now. You feel me? You know, everything has its good and bad. You know, it's good to get pussy. It's bad to get too much pussy. You might get AIDS. I would have still tried it. Hey, G'd up Quinn. We're gonna have to chop it up, make another video soon too, bro. We need some more game from the older brothers in this atmosphere. We gotta get up. Yes, I still got it. Real nigga shit. Real nigga shit. Word. The cheese underneath that bitch. No, we just gonna spank all that right now. Fuck it. I love y'all. All right, big bro. You already know I'm gonna let you know in advance. My battery power going down. I want to appreciate everybody who checked in with me today. Appreciate y'all. I love y'all. We family. Anybody ever need to talk to somebody and you feeling depressed or you feeling like you need to just express yourself and you need somebody to hear you out, somebody who gonna pick you up if you feeling down. Find a way to contact NATO Almighty. My social media is all over my channel, but I'm about to leave right now. Holla at me. Eventually I'm gonna start going live every day too. Every day too, man. Holla at me though. Yeah, I love y'all. Peace.